I got to tell you, if you're going to spend a bunch of money bringing an older car back, this one's worth it. Infiniti really went out of their way when they designed this truck. It's a nice car to drive. I'm going to get this thing inside on the alignment rack. I need to put struts on it, which the customer had in the back of the truck. And I asked him, I'm like, hey, we got to do alignment on this. You want me to go ahead and throw those struts on? He's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. I'm like, it also has a spongy brake pedal. I'd like to do a brake flush and bleed brakes. He's like, yep, get done. He's like, I'm going to fly in on Wednesday, drive it back home. And I'm like, all right, well, I think you're good to go. I've got 100 miles through it, no problems. And I'll probably put another 100 on it after I do the brakes and struts today. So let's get it inside, get the struts done. Come on along. Well, after it's all said and done, the reconditioning process of this 2012 Infiniti QX56, also known as the QX80, these vehicles are really nice, still being produced. I think this year they're still producing them. I know they were still producing them in 22 and I think 23. I'll have to look. Maybe I'll drive by the Infiniti dealer on my way home today and take a look at what one of these things costs new in 2024, because it's probably more than I would ever think of spending on a car. But buying one that's in clean, rust-free condition like this one, that might have some mechanical issues that need addressed, and having a qualified technician fix those problems, I don't see any reason why this car won't hit 300,000 or 400,000 miles, especially with him being from the south and not really having salt on the roads, because this thing's just immaculate underneath it. It's pretty impressive how rust-free this is compared to a lot of the vehicles I work on here that are from Ohio. The salt they put on the roads really is not helpful. Yeah, it's supposed to rain Tuesday and Wednesday and be in the 60s. So maybe Thursday and Friday I'll be getting some muscle cars out, because the salt will be washed off the roads. That'd be pretty impressive. 1st of March, be out in the hot rods, salt-free. I like that idea. Well, let me get this thing up in the air. I got to pull the wheels, put struts in it, bleed the brakes. I'm going to check the balance on the tires just to make sure they're good. I'm not charging the customer for that. I've got the wheels off and I got the machine. I'm just going to do it real quick. Make sure they feel pretty good, but I just want to make sure they're brand new, and these are some pretty spendy tires, so I want to make sure that they're right. So let's get to work, because I got stuff to do. A lot to do today. Ooga. Throw this up on the tire balancer while I'm thinking about it. Actually, I'm going to let stuff dry a little bit before I start slinging water everywhere. Well, I don't know if you're curious what these tires are. They're a little aggressive for a luxury vehicle, but he uses this truck to hunt. It's a Turo LT285 55R22. Nice aggressive sidewalls. Trail Blade MTS. Pretty cool looking on this truck. I won't deny that. They hum a little bit. You know they're there. But they're brand new. We're gonna do a good alignment to it. It is already kind of peeling the tire on the outside, so definitely need to get the alignment done after we put these new struts on it. And I will go ahead and put these in the back, and we will keep this thing moving forward in a straight line. Nah, I guess they're not really that worn, but we want them to last as long as they can. Tall. That's That's the trick. Take them both off. And the suspension will drop enough that you can get the strut out. Beauty. Quick struts make my life easy. Those are the original struts. This one was leaking. The other one still looks intact. That's actually pretty impressive. 200,000 miles out of the original factory strut assemblies. That's impressive. It's got new nuts. Didn't know I needed new nuts. I got them. They're probably a different size. Maybe they're not. They are. Go grab the right side. So I decided to check up my first tire. It's looking pretty good. I'm glad I'm double checking all this stuff. My injection nibs are completely gone on the outside of the tire. There's still a little bit of them left on the inside, so we're definitely scrubbing the outside edge a little bit more than we should be. So I checked this tire up, did my measurements. I'm putting a wheel weight, a clamp on the inside, and a stick on just behind the face of the wheel. According to this, I need to add an ounce on both sides. So I'm going to start over because I see we have 2 weights there. We have a big stack of weights here. Those are counterbalancing each other. So that's weird. And then 180 from where my machine's saying I need an ounce, there's a weight that's counterbalancing it. So we're just going to take it all off and start over. I'm not saying that these were not in balance when they were done by the last guy. For multiple reasons. Different machines read differently. A new tire on a rim, sometimes I've seen the balance change after they're driven down the road, the forces of the road being put on the tire. I don't know if the tire seats to the rim differently or what, but I've personally seen it happen to me when I do these things. So I've gotten to where after I put a couple hundred miles on a car, if I just did my tires, I like to, holy cow, that is a double stack. It's like going to Wendy's. That's a lot. We'll just take off half of that. And we'll check our balance. I'm going to guess we're going to need to put weight back on top of that stack. Ooh, oh, gotta add 2 3/4 ounces. Right to where that stack is. My goodness, that's a lot. I don't know that I've ever run a mud terrain tire on the road course. I guess we could run it and see what it says. It's probably not going to say it's any good because of the lug. Because of the lug rumble. Tires are at 45. We could probably air those down a little bit, which will make it ride a little smoother. These are rated for max inflation, 80 psi. So we'll probably drop these to 40. Let me check with the, I think the tire recommendation is only 32 on these. Let me look. So the recommended tire pressure for the vehicle is 35. I'm going to drop them down to 37, which means when they're hot they'll be running around 40. And that should help prevent center tire wear. Normally I would just walk away, but it was close. Road force 275. Where do you want this 275? Let's add you on there. We'll see. A little bit of a pop to the barrel. Got a little lumpy. Wow. Says that tire's pretty good. Says I got to add another 1.25 ounces to where I just added 1 ounce. That's not going to work. I'm going to have to just peel it off and redo it. Hey! We have a winner. Alright, let's do the next one. Oh my. Hopefully this one's balanced. Yowzers. That's like a pound. Well, that's not great. 43 road force, which, because these are mud lugs, I'm not sure I'm going to worry about the road force. But the fact that it has, I don't know, what are those, quarters? Give me some light. Where's my light? Come on, man, give me some light. Why are you being a pain? Quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6+ ounces. And it wants 4 1/4. It wants 4 1/4 ounces opposing that. So we're just going to remove all that and start over. Tell you, my hunter equipment is expensive, but it's worth it because it really helps me solve a lot of problems. Looks like I'm due for a new set of rubbers. Don't use bad rubbers, guys. Nothing good comes from that. Let's remove all of this. Oh, they're going to come off one at a time. Great. We have a winner. It's a snake. That's a lot. That's a lot of weight. Right in the bin. Now I have no weight on my setup. Let's see what it wants now. Hot, I'm like actually working today. Better-ish. Check spin, see if the outboard change. It probably won't. Five and a half ounces. That's a lot. That one was rough. It's weird that I took all the weight out of the inside run and had to put it on the outside. But it's balanced. Test drive it and make sure it feels good. nuts, new nuts. So they give you new nuts because these have serrations on them, which lock it in place. They are supposed to be a one-time use nut because when you remove them, the serrations leave. These don't look like they were serrated. These might have been conical. But needless to say, you should put the new hardware on. It's better for the overall repair. Where did I set down my socket and nut? Gravity. Always helping out. Alright, strut. Struts are done. Now I need to bleed the brakes, which means I need to drop this thing down. Can't do that with jacks under it. Guess I'm going to be doing some climbing. Oh, that's heavy. Making me work today. This tire doesn't have any clamp-on weights on it. And then it's got all sticky weights in the center line. So we're just going to take them all off. And this thing's calling for 2 ounces inboard. So it's calling for 2 ounces, sorry, 2 ounces here, which is counterbalanced from that. And it's asking for 0.75 ounce there, which is next to that. So let's just start over. And this one actually is an 8. So as far as road force goes, this is like one darn good tire right there. Let's see what it says now. So it only wants 2.5 ounces inboard. Possible wheel slippage. I'll check it again then. .5. 2.5. Let's see if we get a win on this one. 2.5 ounces on a 32-inch tire. Only an 8-pound road force. That's impressive. Perfect. Take it. That's a nice tire. Is it weird that I get excited about stuff like that? I don't know. It's kind of nice finding parts that work, because all too often we get parts and they're just junk. I've condemned a lot of tires before they go down the road because I can't get them to balance out. If you guys made it this far in the episode, I appreciate you watching. This is not really fancy stuff, but it is what we do out here in the world to make people's cars work better. So I wanted a 1/2 ounce more right where my other weight was, so I moved my other weight over enough to put a 1/2 ounce weight right next to it. Now we're right where we want to be. Yay, tires are done. This This one's going up front. And compressor comes on just on cue. We'll read it again after we get it set. Let's give this side a little more negative camber. It'll handle better. I'm going to bring my driver's side camber a little more negative. It's only at 0.3, so we'll go to 0.8-ish if we can get it there. Let's see if we can make that happen. I've already done the brake flush. It's pretty simple. It's a pretty simple process to do. Basically, I evacuate the master cylinder. I fill it up with fresh fluid. I evacuate it again and fill it up with fresh fluid, and then I bleed the brakes through until I have proper clean brake fluid at all four corners. And then I top the system off with fresh brake fluid, and the brake system flush is done. It takes a little while, but it's worth doing. This vehicle actually had a soft pedal. I did like the way the pedal felt. The brakes are fine. He's probably got another 15,000 miles on his rear brakes. His front brakes look to be pretty new. So there's no reason to do rear brakes on it yet. Let him get his money's worth out of those pads. He's got plenty of life left. But I fully expect when I drive it now, when I hit the brake, I'll have a nice firm pedal. Because before I would push it and it would be soft. I'd let off, I'd push it again and it would be firm, which just tells me that there was a little bit of air in the system, or the fluid was just garbage. And it was pretty dark, so I knew it was old. It probably has never been changed. Yeah, let me make a quick adjustment to my camber. Oh man, somebody really got on those. Let me adjust that camera toe real quick. Should be pretty easy. I need to grab a wrench for that. My cross camber is acceptable. It's less than a half a degree cross camber. My caster's within a 1/10 of a degree. And my toe's negligible. I like it. I'll drive it and see if I like it. If I do, it's time for Lou to come get his car. Thank you for letting us work on your vehicle, sir. We appreciate you bringing it to us. Oh, another one done and done, guys. Thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe, leave us a comment below. Tell us what 10-year-old vehicle you think you would like to spend some time and money bringing back from nearly the dead, because that's what we just did with this car. Because had it not been fixed, it would have gone probably to the scrapyard for an engine that could be fixed. It's not inexpensive to fix it, but to fix it right, you're in for a penny, you're in for a pound. You don't stop until it's done, and it can be expensive. But that's modern cars. They've engineered them to be expensive to fix. Stay safe out there. We'll see you on the next one. Print.